Domingo and Luna escape the clamor of industrial madness, from the cosmetic theater that imprisons the human eye in a tiny corral, from potions assembled in the asepsis of laboratories, from hurricanes that flow as an artificially woven phenomenon by the echo of voices from a tamed fire. Domingo intertwines the hook of his prosthesis, replacing the ghost of a hand snatched by an alien conflict. Luna offers a hand around which orbit the ghosts of silent wounds, a mute instrument that has played the sweetest symphonies to comfort 100 souls buried in mourning and pain. Above, a bright and silvery star sketches an erratic yet graceful and jovial flight. A bird, a puppet, a pocket airplane, drone with power cable, flies over and heralds hope, devours data. Its eyes and senses dream and resonate in its electronic body installed on the ground. It tries to escape, but a cable holds it back, playing as it recreates its escape, igniting the laughter of the children and the astonishment of a town that at first took it for an object from a distant world. Each person intertwines a wish or a message that will be carried to the very skies. On the path, a great tree sheds its old rags and adopts the nudity of geometry, all this in order not to frighten the community it shelters under its branches. It has sacrificed randomness and allowed the community to sculpt it at will. For the first time, the human being recognizes that he is not alone. Before a fragmented mirror, he recognizes his chimeric appearance. His community is composed of plants, birds, mammals, reptiles, insects, fungi, and everything that the human eye can ignore. For the first time in its reflection, it recognizes a multitude of beings and faces. In the encounter between the wild and the artificial, nature is a co-creator. The human mind intertwines with the profound wisdom of ecosystems. Gardeners rise like astronauts, caring for the silent and multicolored beauty, for pretexts that serve as a prelude to a kiss and a smile. The roots of this great tree harbor collective crops, games for the little ones, events, and narrative stages for all members and non-members of its community. The great tree harbors the finest symphonies, compositions that will only be retained fragmentarily in the volatile memory of an atomized mind. The tree provided shade, the cave served as an ancient theater and refuge for the ancestors. Domingo and Luna gaze upon a hybrid of mountain and forest, a green and multicolored prism, birds joyfully sketching welcome letters, hummingbirds rising and descending, flitting from flower to flower, along with constellations of bees and the latent promise of honey. Domingo and Luna embrace. This gesture will always be their warmest home and most beautiful refuge. The elders had already told them the legend of the worker elves, absent spirits that leave behind traces of their diligent labor. They have even forgotten the scaffolds that lead to the very sky. Luna runs, leaving behind her sandals, to jump into the fairy tale and to fully enjoy it. One must leave behind both shoes, it was said since childhood. She straps on invisible wings, walks on the wall, and ascends toward the very sky. The change in angle allowing her to traverse the very Eden towards the clouds and the wide-open firmament. She jumps and shakes the landscape. Ropes and harnesses reveal the trick, yet this does not spoil the magic. Luna walks up the ladder, ascending to the edge of a diving board made of flowers. Tears flow, the oldest known photograph by the human species, a liquid negative that records the most beautiful moment of her life. The birds sing. Their home is a large instrument. Barefoot, they walk over books, agendas, and notebooks, the entire floor carpeted by them. Their prints, their thoughts, their strokes, and emotions will find a baptism in ink and color. Future generations will have the opportunity to access their memory and legacy. It is said that it rains inside the houses. Indeed, a large cloud composed of megahexahedral particles exists. The furniture rains. They sleep on a fragment of cloud. The hummingbird's plumage filters the solar flow. A multicolored garden, its facade displays a diverse nature. It can adopt the hues and variations of temperament and appearance. Thousands of possibilities can be outlined across its entire surface, recreating the seasons and dynamics of a mental landscape. Their clothes rest on fishing nets, held like specters and ghosts. Luna and Domingo improvise theater plays with invisible characters. Their shadows dance on the walls. Luna plays as the queen of the home. Particles hang down like a frozen waterfall, recreating the throne. "Kneel before me," she orders Domingo. Domingo laughs and plays along. Living is fun. The playful dimension is restored, turning its various spatial, functional, and formal components into an enjoyable and entertaining setting. Who said that architecture must be a stage of torment and boredom? A home for species, not just humans. Architecture hosts a wide diversity of living beings, including birds, mammals, humans included, reptiles, plants, fungi, and insects at macroscopic and microscopic scales. Who claimed that architecture is meant only for humans? Liquid furniture, a term that alludes to the dynamic and mobile, yet over the centuries, it has become the most fixed and static. Ergonomic particle blocks contribute to defining multiple and varied forms, with the author and their spatial experiences becoming co-creators. The user defines their scenarios at will. Magic and poetry. The home is a canvas, a blank score. Millions have been doomed to retrace worn-out paths and imaginations. It has been forgotten that users and people print the best strokes and colors on the architectural work. They are the complementary actors, authors. 1,000 facades. Architecture retains a profound mismatch between the current zeitgeist and its anachronistic visions. In an era that enables customization and voluntary readjustments, architecture persists with its models from the last century. The facade emulates the plumage of a hummingbird, enabling the configuration and modification of its components at will. The user can define their facade and lighting regulations spontaneously. Architecture as prosthesis and support serving nature. Domestication has been taken to absurd levels, even over the landscape and the sparse vegetation allowed in cities. Architecture nurtures the fear of freedom and the unpredictable. Architecture regards nature as its teacher and co-creator, extending bridges, supports, and canvases for it to imprint its traces and footprints. The structure of the dwelling is defined in laminated wood. The panels are made of recycled wood. The facade modules are made of recycled wood. The modular ergonomic particle blocks are made of 100% organic natural latex. Fishing nets are used to adhere and store sheets, towels, garments, dresses, and clothing. These are hung and extended, improvising a wardrobe over a large surface and space. The floor is carpeted with a large number of diaries, notepads, and sketches made from recycled paper. The walls and green panels have autonomous irrigation systems. The green roof features a layer of vegetation, a filtration layer, and a water-resistant membrane. Its flow connects to a specific number of ergonomic particle blocks used for storage and usage. The large inflatable bubble is made from recycled PVC, making the bathing activity playful, enjoyable, and large format. The water is recycled, filtered, and reintegrated into the service of the ecosystem unit. Our team, from left to right, Marco Galan, Wilmer Penagos, y Kevin Joel Balbuena.